day, friends, and welcome to our first of its kind Sunday's Food for Thought. Today, we are presented with 3 readings. The first reading from the book of Prophet Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 10 to 11. The second reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 18 to 23. And the third reading from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 1 to 9. Our reflection this morning will be picking tangent from the tripartite S agencies in the parable of the sower. And these S are the seed, the sower, and the soil. The seed remains the word of God. And in the book of Prophet Isaiah makes it very clear that this word is alive and active, always out on a mission, but mission to be accomplished only on the people of God, the sons and daughters of God. The sower, in the second reading, the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, St. Paul makes it very clear that Christ remains the divine sower, the only sower who is always present in his people, present in the Eucharist, and his personal presence gives us grace, nourishes us. So Christ is the sower. The soil. The soil remains our hearts. And in the Gospel of Matthew presents 4 kinds of hearts. First of all, the superficial heart, which is weak and fainty. The rocky heart. The rocky heart, which is doubtful and always skeptical and are always attacks. The third heart, which is the entangled heart. This entangled heart is overwhelmed and overshadowed by the curse of the world and makes it unable to bear fruit. And the last of its kind, which is the fertile heart. The fertile heart is the humble one, the believing one, the trusting one, and the responsive one. Now, the seed is always constant because Christ is the same today, yesterday, and always. But the problem lies in where this seed falls. And that is why we'll be making some analysis on these 4 kinds of heart presented to us in the Gospel of Matthew. The superficial heart hears the word of God, but is always weak and not strong. That with shallow spirituality, that's what we call them. The evil one can always come and take the word away from them. Now the rocky one. The rocky heart is the heart that doubts every word of God, that attacks every word of God, and always ready to do away with every word of God. Now the entangled heart. The entangled heart is the heart that the love for the things of the world prevents it from bearing fruit. Always ready to embrace, to hoard the things of the world, to hoard wealth. But the fertile heart, as the humble one, hears the word of God, believes it, lives it, that is, practice it, and then gets the enabling grace and the sufficient nourishment to forge ahead towards God. Dear brothers and sisters, today we are being called to build this fertile heart. Build the fertile heart, embrace it, and then receive Christ always. Christ has always presented himself in the Eucharist for us. And the church has made available these 7 sacraments from which Christ plays active role. Always go for confession and then remain friendly with God. And as you remain friendly with God, always receive Christ in the blessed sacrament, because in Him we have all our being. And then when you receive Him, you receive enabling and sufficient nourishment and grace as we journey towards Christ. Always remember that Christ is always there for His people. But for His people, only those who believe and practice Him. Dear brothers and sisters, today we are called to live the life of the gospel. Always be ready to build this fertile heart. Live Christianity and don't speak Christianity. Today our world, so many persons speak it, always want to be called Christians, but do not practice it. Be the practicing Catholic and not the speaking Catholic. Thank you, and as we pray that the good Lord continue to shower His grace upon us, that His grace will be sufficient for us always. Remember, click on the subscribe button and on the bell there so that you'll be getting our normal series. Thank you.